for Eileen Zapien. And a round of applause for that poor man at the mall who gave us the comedy material. Unbeknownst to him. Your next comedian is a farmer's daughter.
Yay.
Yay?
Yay. Yay. Yay.
She comes to us from Anderson County, Kansas. That's a place? Well, it sounds like a place. I mean, that's a common name. She was born and raised in farmer's daughter, now lives 10 miles from the nearest Country Mart and 30 miles from a Wal-Mart. She has pulled over the minivan to let children puke, pee, crap on the side of the country road. Get mixed in with the gravel. Nice. She and her amazing husband, Travis, have 4 kids, a brilliant, well-behaved, sweet 9-year-old son who was no doubt switched at birth, a wonderful, amazing 7-year-old son with autism, an adorable 5-year-old daughter who thinks she is 16 and should be allowed to date. Already at 5, is that right? They doing that nowadays? And they have recently welcomed a beautiful new baby girl to their family just 2 weeks ago. Yep. 2 out of their 4 children have learned to crap in the toilet. Lindy is very proud of. She survives raising these 4 kids out in the sticks by blogging about their dysfunctional lives at keepingupwiththekatzers.blogspot.com, if you're interested.
Yes.
Also survives by getting the blank out of the house 3 days a week to work as a registered nurse at Olathe Medical Center, where she pretends she is normal and no one knows her crazy, dysfunctional alter ego. So if you would, please, give a round of applause for the next comedian, Lindy Katzer.
Quite the introduction. Oh, yeah.
It makes me feel like I've shaved my legs in the last few months. So I'm thrilled to be here, but I won't lie, I am way nervous. It's been a really long time since I've had the sweaty palms and the racing heartbeat, and I've been able to say, I've never done anything like this before. They called and asked if I joined the comedy cast here tonight, and I was like, yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to. Can I bring the kids? And they said no. And I was like, I am on my way. But really, I am in awe of being asked to talk to you all. You know, there are parents of kids with special needs out there who make this gig look easy. They're baking homemade bread, organic and gluten-free and casein-free, and who knows what kind of shit they put in that. Most days, I'm just trying to keep the baby's bottle from getting mixed up with mine. So like Steve said, my name's Lindy. We have 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls. I know I look too young for that. You're too sweet. Thanks. Our oldest is 9. We have a 7-year-old Waylon with autism. We have a 5-year-old daughter, and then we just had a brand new baby girl about 2 weeks ago. She's great. She is perfect and beautiful and naive, and she has no clue what she got herself into. And shout out to my husband. He is just great. He's a trooper. He's good as gold. But every time his smoking hot, steamy green eyes meet mine, I get knocked up.
Too sick.
Problem.
You need to hear this.
So our house is chaos, you know. And the baby, she was 2 weeks late. She was overdue, and everybody kept saying, when's the baby coming? How can you have the baby yet? Well, I'm pretty sure that she was in there for 9 months listening to the chaos. And when it came time for our due date, she was like, oh, hell no. No. So really, she's great. But it's been an interesting couple weeks. You know, everybody said, going from 3 to 4 is no big deal. You won't even notice a difference. That's a lie. I'll tell you the difference. First time I threw out 4 corn dogs and yelled at them to get their butts in the van. One of them just laid there and cried. So I suppose I should talk about Waylon. That's what I'm here for, right? He's 7. He's great. He has autism. Waylon, he can say a few words, but most of what he says are just repeats of what we say. He can't really answer our questions or tell us about our day. He uses echolalia, which is a thing that lots of kids with autism do. They just repeat things they hear constantly. So things Waylon repeats are, stop it, don't do that, that's enough. So we're on our way to school a few weeks ago. We're late, of course. Kids missed the bus. I'm headed down the road, and the passenger side tires of my minivan just slide off the shoulder a smidge. Okay, everybody's fine. I pull the van back up on the road, and I look in the rearview mirror, and Waylon's eyes are like big as saucers, and he yells at me, "That's enough!" So obviously, those phrases he uses are appropriate, and he can usually find a way to get his point across by repeating things that we say. I'm just waiting for the first time he walks in on us and says, "If you don't leave her alone, I'm going to beat your ass." This is real life, people. So really, he's a really cool kid, you know. And every kid with autism is different. But the more Waylon grows and we learn about him and his quirks and his personality, the more I think I've come to despise his autism just a little bit less. But there's one thing I can't really accept, and that's how he shits everywhere in the house except for the toilet. So we were laying in bed one Saturday morning a few weeks ago. You know, I'm like big, huge, enormous pregnant. Miserable, you know, last month, can't get comfortable. I've been up all night, tossing and turning, listening to my husband snore, farts drifting across the bed. I'm about to smother him with a pillow. But I see the sun's coming up, and I hear the pitter-patter of little feet out there, and you know what that means. It's time to pretend like you're sleeping. Great. So just as my eyelids are closing, here comes the pitter-patter, and I hear the little voice say, Daddy, Waylon pooped on the floor again. And just when my stinky-ass husband rolled out of bed to go scoop shit, I swear to you, the ceiling opened and this bright light shone down upon me, and I heard this voice say, "You're welcome." Really though, having a child with special needs, you spend a lot of time down on your knees in front of the toilet, rinsing shit out of underwear. But while I'm down there, I do say my prayers, the one. Lord, help me to accept the things I cannot change. Give me the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so here's what I've come up with. Things I can't change, his bowel habits. Things I can change, the amount of fiber in his diet. You just constipate the boy right up, and you don't have to get The only problem is, then when you go to clear him out with the laxatives, you can picture the shit show that's about to go on in the bathroom. You have to pray hard. Give me the courage. Give me the courage. Give me the courage. Really, to be honest, praise the Lord, Waylon has been pretty good lately about making it to the bathroom. Only I think I need to call America's Got Talent. Yes. The boy will wait till he has got like the world's largest turd hanging out before he decides to do this tiptoe, waddle, poop walk into the bathroom. And you go in to help him out, and sure shit, he's got the world's largest dingleberry hanging there, and not a streak of brown in his underwear. That's talent.
That's freaking true, too.
Or that's the incontinence gods shining down upon me after 7 years of rinsing shit out of underwear. And I never really understood that whole tiptoe, waddle, poop walk thing until I had my 4th child. Now I've got my own little tiptoe, waddle, poop walk. Like this. Kegel. 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 Kegel.
Yeah, I think girls get that. I don't know what she's talking about.
So here's my advice about having a child with special needs. You've got to appreciate the little things. Because some days that's all you got. For example, I can really appreciate a big busty pile of shit on my floor. Because it's a hell of a lot easier to clean up one big busty pile of shit than it is to go around playing, where else did Waylon drop a turd? Nobody likes to be the one to have to say, is that leftover Easter candy? We miss another one of his turds.